Okay, so now we are going to understand the next topic, that is IoT gateways. So this is the basic architecture of IoT gateways. In the left hand side there was a local area network, and in the right side part we have a global area network. We know that a gateway is nothing but which provides different types of protocols which is used to convert one data type to another data type, and the data will be passed through router. Okay, so in this particular framework or the architecture, we have the thing we will understand from bottom to top. At bottom we have a processor. So generally, a processor is used to process the data. It is used to process the data in the form of zeros and ones. So processor is the major part here. So which is used to process the data that was grabbed from different IoT devices. That is grabbed from different IoT devices, nothing but the sensors. And next thing is we have a security. So security in the sense of there are different types of security protocols that was there in this particular framework IoT gateway. So the security in previous slides we already understand that there are different types of quantum techniques that was used. Like there was a different types of security protocols that was used in IoT gateways for the purpose of encryption as well as decryption. Encryption is done at the source machine and the decryption was done at the destination machine. If you go for the next upper layer, we also having the firewall and VPN. So what is a firewall? Firewall is automatically stops the unwanted request to the different types of servers. Your computer is having the firewall, you know that. Similarly, whenever we are constructing a IoT gateway, it is also in this particular framework firewall is also going to be taken very important role, because it is automatically stopping unwanted threats from the network. It is also stopping the unwanted viruses from the network. And VPN, if you're talking regarding virtual private network, so many people are using VPNs because of to hide the IP addresses. Otherwise, I will tell you how the internet will work. For example, if you establish an internet in your home, then what happens if you establish an internet? So then what happens, your internet service provider will keep a one router to you in your home, and through that particular router we will connect it to your local LAN and the devices which was used in your home. So this particular router is going to be provided to the internet gateway. So that was there an amplifier that was established outside of your home, that is converts our so that is used to whenever we are making the request to any website, then what happens, the request will be go through the our router and that different devices that was provided by our internet service provider. Every communication whatever going and coming from different servers through your network will be identified, and that will be seen by your uh, internet service provider, who is internet service provider of you, that will be seen. But whenever you establish any virtual private network, so we all know that, so every particular device in your home or home appliances or home devices is having different IP devices, IP addresses for each and every device. Whenever, yeah, whenever, so the IP address, whenever you are typing certain address URL in the web browser, so internally it tells that http www gmail.com. If you type like this, if you type an URL like this, then what happened? Then one particular IP address was there in the AND device with certain port number. So that will be contacted through your router through the gateway provided by the ISP. So generally the gateway will identify which type of network. So that is the major thing. That was the major thing uh, that is happening. So virtual private network, once you established a virtual private network, the IP address was hidden with different types of softwares. If you take the IP address for any particular server, so for example, if you are trying to request to a particular server with a proper channel with a particular proper URL. But what happens once a virtual private network was created, then your location is not in a same place, that the request will be come to the other server. So whenever you are using the different gateway prefixes, like if you use your request will come from UK or US, like this, you are there in India, still it was going from different prefixes. That is a virtual private network. We know the concept of virtual private network. Once you created a virtual private network, your request will be go through some other area, but you are there in some other area. So that is the advantage. So because it is redirecting to that particular area. And coming to the protocol conversion in this particular framework, you have different types of protocol conversions that was done in this particular IoT gateway. So that means different types of, I already tell so many times, that is IPv4 to IPv4, IPv6 to IPv6, IPv6 to IPv4, IPv4 to IPv6 protocols. The data packets will be transmitted from one place to another place through the protocol conversion. This particular protocol conversion will be happened in the gateway framework, and the upper layer of the protocol conversion, we have a routing. So routing tells that routing is done through the routers. Routers is a physical devices of the network, which consisting of the routing tables that includes the different IP addresses, different network addresses. Whenever we transfer the data from one device, one source device to another destination device on different networks, then the gateway will use for different networks. Through the gateways, the data will be processed to the routers. The routers will identify which network have to be sent from source to destination. That is taking place in the routing. Everyone knows that the routing tables, routers will maintain the routing tables that includes the source address, destination address, and various types of routing techniques that was there in the routing. And come to the switching is a local technique. So that was it, consisting of the MAC addresses as well as in the local area networks. If you want to transfer the data from one device to another device, we are choosing the switching is also one of the layer that was there in the IoT gateway framework. And finally, using the software, these all things, this in this particular framework, that may be wired communication or wireless communication, we use different types of protocols like user datagram protocol or transmission control protocol. That may be wired or wireless communication that was going on. But so everything is going to be monitored. The software things was going to be monitored and maintained through that particular software is the end system. We must know that there are different types of IoT softwares that was used for monitoring and maintaining the IoT gateway.